Why you shouldn't drink alcohol. Let's say after a long day, you sit down somewhere and knock back 1 or 2 beers, or maybe something stronger. As time passes, the alcohol starts to take effect, which can hardly be explained away. But let's not jump ahead. Let's start from the beginning and see exactly what happens to you. The alcohol in drinks, also known as ethanol or ethyl alcohol, is a mild toxin produced through the fermentation of sugar. Yeast plays a key role in this process, breaking down sugars into alcohol and carbon dioxide. This yeast can be found in the white waxy layer on the skin of dark-colored fruits, like plums. During fermentation, the yeast consumes the sugar and leaves behind ethanol and carbon dioxide bubbles. These same bubbles are what cause bread dough to rise. After the yeast breaks down the sugars, the mixture goes through a series of additional processes before it ends up on store shelves and finally consumed. Now, let's see how your body reacts to alcohol. A small portion of alcohol is absorbed immediately through the tiny capillaries in the mouth and tongue, entering directly into the bloodstream. About 20% of the alcohol that reaches the stomach is absorbed into the bloodstream. If you drink on an empty stomach, the remaining alcohol passes unimpeded to the small intestine, where it also enters the bloodstream. However, if you drink after eating, the alcohol stays in the stomach longer, meaning some of it is absorbed later. But because it stays longer in the stomach, more of it enters the bloodstream directly through the stomach wall's capillaries. So, one way or another, the alcohol gets into your bloodstream, and if you're pregnant, it will reach the fetus as well, causing irreversible damage. From the blood, the alcohol travels to the liver, where the enzyme alcohol dehydrogenase begins breaking it down. This means that the enzyme alters the chemical structure of ethanol, turning it into acetaldehyde. This compound is a strong toxin, which can lead to the development of fatty liver and can even damage DNA repair enzymes, potentially leading to faulty cell division and the formation of tumors. The liver converts acetaldehyde into acetic acid, which is less toxic for the body, and then further breaks it down into carbon dioxide and water. Although the liver's primary task is to break down alcohol as quickly as possible, detoxifying this poison is time-consuming. The liver can process about 15 milliliters of alcohol in 1 hour. That's equivalent to 1 beer, 1 glass of wine, or 1 shot of spirits. If you drink more than this, the excess alcohol will circulate in your blood until it is broken down. When alcohol reaches your heart, your blood vessels dilate and your blood pressure begins to drop. Your heart then pumps the blood, along with the alcohol, into your lungs, where a small amount of alcohol is exhaled with every breath. This is what causes alcohol breath. Next, the alcohol-laden blood returns from the lungs to your heart, from where it spreads to every part of your body, including your brain, where it interacts with your nerve cells. Nerve cells communicate with each other through neurotransmitters, also known as chemical messengers. There are 2 types of neurotransmitters, excitatory and inhibitory. Excitatory neurotransmitters often use glutamic acid, while inhibitory neurotransmitters use gamma-aminobutyric acid, or GABA for short. Just like how computers use 0S and 1S, these neurotransmitters have opposite effects. Glutamate generates waves of stimulation, while GABA not only prevents these, but also helps organize and differentiate results in your brain. Just like computers, these signals can be built into vast and complex networks to form thoughts and reactions. Alcohol can influence this process by suppressing glutamate transmission and enhancing GABA transmission. In other words, there will be fewer excitatory and more inhibitory processes in your brain. Since glutamate transmission becomes less effective, the flow of information slows down, and only the strongest stimuli can continue along the nerves. In plain language, you sense, feel, and remember less. In a drunken state and without glutamate, you think very little, but with great clarity. This causes the typical drunken attitude, where you repeat the same thought or statement over and over again. So, you're thinking clearly about almost nothing. At this point, walking and coordination become increasingly difficult as the alcohol continues to poison your body. The production of the antidiuretic hormone decreases, which, along with the kidneys, regulates the body's water balance. Due to the lack of this hormone, the kidneys don't return filtered water to the body, but instead expel it, leading to dehydration. Although your consciousness is significantly altered at this point, your thirst remains, causing you to consume even more alcohol. The increased blood alcohol content can lead to alcohol poisoning, coma, and death. If you survive the night, you're in for a rough day ahead. Thank you for watching the video. If you liked it, please give it a thumbs up. And if you want to see more content like this, subscribe to the channel. See you in the next video. Bye.